We're ready to start working on the brakes today, and what we're going to do is take the old hydraulic brake system off and replace it with these new electric brakes. Made in the US, very nice. Comes pre-assembled on the backer plate and it's labeled left-hand side. So we'll get started. Alrighty then, we have the drum off and the brake assembly exposed, and you can see we got quite a mess in there. But you have to remember, this axle's been sitting in a shed for 16 years. We only have maybe 12 or 15,000 miles on this axle before we pulled it off, so there's quite a bit of pad left on there. But we'll get the old parts stripped off and new parts put on. Well, we got her off. Wasn't too bad. Pretty limited space, and being that they've been seized on there for 20 years, it's a little tough going, but I got it. Yep, there's a difference. Now we're ready to break out our Kendall Super Blue Lube. We'll lube up the bearings. Put the drum back on. We'll have her done. Here we are working on the right side, and you can see we have the new backer plate on, full assembly. Here's the old one, just as dirty and nasty, but that's alright. We've got the bearings all packed, ready to go. So we're making good progress. Now with both brake assemblies complete, we're ready to start the wiring. And what we have here is the old hydraulic line. That's this, from the surge brake system, and we're going to attempt to work smarter and not harder. Doesn't always work for me, but we're going to give it a try. So, see if we can get a good shot. I strung out the new electric lines and attached it to the hydraulic line. We're going to attempt to pull the hydraulic line out and tow our electric lines in. Oh, we're stuck already, but that's fine. I think we're just hung up on the zip ties. A little bit of friction, so we're going to go check on our friction. Now we're running through the big pipe with all the hydraulic lines, and apparently we're running into some resistance. Whoops. It's a little tougher to videotape and look and all that jazz. Actually, we're not even doing videotape. We're burning onto a card. That didn't feel good, but it's working. Look at that. That's amazing. Get it? Videos by Al. It's amazing. Let's take a look at our progress today. We got both new backer plates on, brakes, new wiring. Wiring runs across there, and we got it supported 4 places. We've taken the time to put on our belt guard. We did have to shim it up a 1/4 inch to keep it away from the belt. That guard doesn't fit 100% correct, but that's alright. It's more of a universal mount. You just gotta fuss with it a little bit. This side's on. And put a protective sleeve. Protect the wires. The green stuff is liquid electrical tape, and I just filled in the little rubber tube so we don't fill it up with water. And I've run the ground wire from the front clear back to here, and then we ground to the frame and then back down to the brakes. Should be easy to keep track of if we have any grounding issues. I re-lubed the main rail, covered it back up. We did do some sawing a while back. Put on about 4 hours, sawed some power poles, so this is power pole dust. Used a 10-degree blade and about a 30-degree set. Well, it's not degrees, 30,000 set. Well, we're working outside today. We're going to start the final touches to get the sawmill ready to go down the road. And the project for today is to finish the electrical wiring for the trailer package. And we got the shop truck backed up to it, and we're going to cut the wires to the approximate length and put on a plug. Been messing around with the wiring for a little while now. Got the plug on, heat shrink tubing, and went to test the lights. And the tail lights work, and the left turn signal works, but the right turn signal didn't work. So I tried to check the socket and wasn't coming up with any voltage, so I thought it was just the light. So I replaced the light, and still doesn't work. Turns out we have low voltage at the wire. The best I can get is 4 volts at this end, but I'm getting 11.6 or 7 at the plug up here. So there's a definite issue with the wire down the main frame rail. So I don't have the correct wiring to replace all that, 30 foot of it. So I have a delivery tomorrow in town, so I'll just swing by somewhere and pick up another coil of wire, and we'll just go ahead and rewire the trailer. No big deal. It just sets us back a little bit. Kind of out of time today to finish it, plus I don't have the wire. I could pull one lead. This is 12 gauge, which is plenty heavy duty for a light, and I was just going to snake it and all that, and decided that maybe if there's a problem with the green wire, there could be, a problem with the brown and the yellow eventually. So we might as well just go ahead and replace it while we're thinking about it, and we'll move on with life. Overall, it's a good little machine. Okay, we're inside today because it's hot and humid outside and the sun's blazing. But we're going to go ahead and finish the wiring up. I went to town to buy some 4-conductor trailer wire, and they didn't have what I wanted, so we're just going to use this green 12 gauge that we have on hand. We'll just drop the hitch off, and actually the jack stand, everything's got to come off, and we'll just run a snake down and pull some new wire and see if we can get hooked up quick. I was getting ready to run the fish up the main frame rail and realized that I didn't leave myself very much room here. So, note to self is build a bigger shop. Well, look at that success. Hooked up a little battery to the wire just to make sure it's going to work before we put it all back together. So we'll keep on plugging away. This concludes our series on the conversion of our 1993 Wood-Mizer LT40 from stationary electric back to gas-powered portable. New hitch assembly, some new wiring, new electric brakes, new tires, new engine, rebuilt blade guide arm assembly, Everything that goes up and down, or makes it go up and down, is new. So this sawmill is ready to go for another 5 or 6 million board feet. If you've enjoyed this series, feel free to subscribe.